Hey y'all. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hello. Y'all get in here. I know it's been like 4 whole days. I've been in a little bit of pain. So I just could not pull it together to come and talk because I was hurting. I'm still hurting actually. But we can't be quiet too long because that's just, that ain't me. I don't know how to shut up that long. I can shut up for a little while, but not permanently. It was starting to feel like I was being forced to be quiet, and I don't really like that. So I'm back because we got to talk. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Now, I was telling the people on Instagram when I was telling them to come over, like the whole lineup of what we got to get into, right? So we got to get into Brian McKnight trolling his ex-wife because he said he won the defamation lawsuit because she's writing a book, and the things that are in it, he's saying it ain't true, and I'm assuming that he was able to prove or at least put the burden of proof on her to be able to prove that what she said was true. And I mean, I guess he could claim that what was said affected his ability to make money because ain't nobody checking for Brian McKnight no more. But I don't think it was because of the book. I think it was very much because of what his children had to say and how he responded to his children and how we felt about it. So we're going to get into Brian McKnight and see what he had to say. Um, Laila Ali had time and she had receipts. Hey, y'all, I'm going to greet y'all in one second. Let me tell y'all what's going on. So Laila Ali has gotten tired of Clarissa Shields, the young lady that y'all keep calling Clarence because y'all saw Remy Ma do it. Well, we're going to get into what she put out on the YouTube. Fair use in advance. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but we're going to skip through there and get bits and pieces because Laila had time and receipts, and I'm going to respect the time and the receipts of it all. I am. Now, I don't know about nobody else, but Nitra is. Okay? Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Tell a friend to come on while I'm getting ready because I'm grabbing everything so I can get comfortable and hang with y'all tonight. Okay, I'm back. Okay, cool. I is back. I is back. All right. So look, we got to get into it because like I was saying, y'all, Laila is like she had receipts and she had time. And I think some of us who watched her video, we knew part of the story as far as what was going on between her and Clarissa, but I don't think most of us knew the whole story. I don't. So this is going to kind of lay it out a little bit better. So we're going to get into that. Also, okay, yep, happy Friday, TGIF, guys. Also, we got to talk about Tasha K, Nicki Minaj, and the stylist because that is a hot mess. We got to get into the lady who's the former owner of the Turkey Leg Hut and the fact that she's involved with a whole criminal and what this man has done and why it's so scary because that's gonna trip y'all out. And Tasha K is still talking because she say, and I don't know if it's true because I couldn't find nothing nowhere else, but she say she know that Sharice Jordan, Big Reese, what we call her, they say she say Sharice is doing an estate sale, so she thinks Sharice ain't got no more money. I was told that Sharice got a very good settlement from her ex-husband. So it's kind of hard to believe that Sharice wouldn't have no money. An estate sale don't necessarily mean that you out of everything, but we don't know this. We don't know the situation until Sharice tell us, if she tell us, or if Giselle or one of them run their mouth. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because when Sharice show up on the show, she show up, say a couple of things, turn a wig around, and then she goes. So we don't really know. We don't know. But we're going to get into all of those things. Let me greet who's here. Y'all like this video, share the video. And I may have to pull the same stunt I pulled last time to get everybody in here, because y'all know YouTube be acting real stink and funny lately with Black creators, and I'm real Black. Quiet Storm 87 is here. She's like number 2. We got Miss Lovely T is number 5. Cent 58 is number 7. Nelson the Virgo, where you been? It's so good to see you. Thank you for being number 12. Yanni in the house. Hey, happy Friday. Jen Jones, girl, thank you for being here. She's number 14. The Crazy DS is here, and she's number 6. Tell them again, please like this video. Pretty please with a cherry on top. One Who Cares is number 17. Priscilla Clemens, hey sis, thank you for being number 11. Catherine Bennett is number 18. Hey there, hey there, hey there. All right, Adrienne Marie is 21, and I appreciate you, and so is Miss Aries Diva. Hello. One Who Cares. All right, LEL in the house. Hey boo, happy Friday. Hit that like button, please. And my bubbles, help me out. I know it's like probably should have went in earlier, but I was kind of busy earlier, so we going in now. Hopefully everybody ain't running the streets tonight, but whoever ain't running the streets, we'll talk to them. Hey Sandra Dean, thank you sis. I'm trying to shake it off and play it off, but you know, sometimes we can play it off, sometimes we can't. Quiet Storm, tell them again, please don't make me beg for likes. I don't even have the energy to beg for likes at this point. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't have the energy. So please do right by me. Please and thank you. Show me love, because I'm gonna show you some love. Magdalene Lamar, thank you for being like number 26, sis. Okay. Catherine say Miss Laila may not be ready to tell us whether she ready to return to the ring or not, but it did make Clarence look crazier for coming at that lady. Well, this is the thing. Laila's almost 50. You know what I'm saying? Once us ladies get to a certain age, we ain't really trying to be tussling no more. I used to love to tussle. I'm not tussling at this big age. All my joints is stiff, all of them. The only joints ain't stiff is the ones in my trigger finger, and you can take that any way you want to, okay? Vintage 1970, thank you for being number 28. But that's why I said that whole thing was really kind of rubbing me the wrong way. And then once I had a chance to see Laila's receipts, it really hit different. I know good and well y'all ain't got me sitting up here with no bubbles. I know y'all ain't got me sitting up here with no bubbles. I just know that ain't what y'all doing. I know that's not what's happening. Not to your good sister. Y'all wouldn't do me like that, would you? Would you? But yeah, we got to get into some stuff. Now, one thing I am going to do as a present is I am not. Oh my God, what is going on? Y'all, I did some goofball stuff. I did. I ain't even going to tell y'all what I did. Oh, when I say I messed myself up, y'all ever do something so ridiculous that you can't believe it? Have y'all ever done something so ridiculous you can't even believe it? See, this is how I know that I was not feeling good. Listen, man, I ain't even turned the commercials on the last time I went live because I wasn't feeling good then. I was really trying to play it off, but I really was not feeling my best. And when I tell y'all, it was not a game. It was not a game, honey. The girl was not on point. She was not on point. Not even remotely on point. And it's my fault because what I should have did was what I did the rest of this week, which was sit my black behind down. That's what I should have done, but that is not what I did. I kept going like I thought I was He-Man or something, and I could just, power through. And let that be a lesson for anybody watching. If you feel like your body needs a break, take it. If you're in pain and you ain't feeling good and you just feel like it's too hard for you to keep going, don't go. Because when you try to push, when you know you ain't able to push, you end up making crazy mistakes and making situations worse and everything else. So take it from me. If you don't believe me for nothing else, don't do that to yourself. because I did it and I'm learning to sit down somewhere. Hey, Rochelle, Deborah Randall in the house. Hey, y'all. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for being 30. Rochelle, thank you for being 32. So let's do this. And you know what threw me off Sunday? I know part of what threw me off was, the fact that, we got to pull stunts to get people in because they don't want to send out notifications. So let's do a little duel real quick to make sure we got everybody. That's what we're going to do. How about that? So anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to let's share the screen and take a look at Brian McKnight and his shenanigans. Let's share the screen and get into Brian McKnight first, because social media is still eating him up. Let's be very clear. Social media is eating him alive, and rightfully so, because I don't think any of us knew this man was going to turn into this. Like, we heard rumors about him back in the day, but prior to social media, when we heard rumors, it was just rumors. Now when we hear stuff, we get way more information about these people than we ever wanted. And now one of his sons is coming out too. Hey, now if you in here, we live on the other on the channel, like a regular live stream with StreamYard and everything. If you come in over here, just head in over there. Hey, how you doing? I don't know who it is, but thank you for hitting the like button. Jump out of this live and jump on the other one, because it feels like this one is kind of like blocked up too. They're not really letting it show like that, and that's fine, because we're aware of it, so we can do what we can do. Hey, if you over here, head to the main live stream. This is just to get people over to the main live stream. Hey, Angie, driving and listening. Oh, you heading to dinner? Oh, okay, girl. Hey, Makeup Addict. Yep, I'm on both. If y'all are over here on this screen right here, if you're looking at me here, stay here. Don't go nowhere. Miss Nisa say Brian is a simple-minded, ignorant person. He is. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I think I heard that the wife wrote a book, but that was never the focus for me. The main story that I kept getting was that he was not caring about his grown children. He had a child with this Polynesian lady and named her child Brian Jr. like he didn't already have a Brian Jr. And so somehow he is ascribing his fall off in ticket sales and the fact that the public despises him. He's blaming it on a book that his ex-wife wrote. People don't like you because of how you treat your children, because of how you talk to your children, and everything else. So I think it's kind of wild that a court ruled in his favor, but we don't know the situation. We don't know whether she didn't go to court, whether she didn't have the money to defend herself. I don't know. But I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can see what's being said. Thank y'all for the hearts. Look, come to the we're live on YouTube on the regular one with the StreamYard. Come over there. Get out of this one and come to that one. I'm gonna close this one down and we're coming over to that one, okay? So when I shut this one, go to my page and click on the live stream that's still active. I'm gonna shut this one and y'all come over there, okay? Okay. So that's what that is. It's a shame. I shouldn't have to do all that. Y'all can't tell me this ain't crazy. Right. Lady Blue, thank you for being number 33. Happy Friday. Miss Nisa say God don't like ugly, and don't. But Brian McKnight is the type of person that from what we can see, he don't really care. He only mentioned God when he's trying to be nasty to somebody. To be honest, that's all I see in him. So turn y'all sound up and let's get ready to get grossed out, because even his demeanor and everything is kind of gross. Hey, Melanin Coco.
$2025, but we are here in the English countryside, about an hour and a half outside of London, and the verdict is in. We've been quiet, listening to liars continue to lie and keeping to ourselves, living and loving our life, as we said, leaving everything in God's hands and letting our lawyer do the talking. But according to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family in a book filled with lies equals 8 points. And everyone that helped promote these lies will hear from my lawyer in the days to come. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. That from my voicemail is the voice of a liar.
Do not text Nico again. Do not call Nico again. Ladies, I am very serious about this. I am very serious about
To this day, October 16th, 2025, but we are here in the English countryside, about an hour and a half outside of London, and the verdict is in. We've been quiet.
Right. So we got a comment that Neighborhood Talk screenshot where somebody says, so you didn't disown your kids. Then he goes, yes, they were disowned in 2019, right after they lied and told the world I abandoned them, inciting hate and violence and death threats because people like you believed it. Sir, now I don't know about y'all. I can't take Brian McKnight seriously. I can't. I cannot. I will not. Mm-mm. I can't believe you ever thought he was cute too, because the length of his forehead and the amount of wrinkles in it always disturbed my spirit. So I don't know how you thought that, sis. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Aries D would say, I told my BFF that if he doesn't come to that side of the family, because I know she would tell him about himself. I don't know. He looked like a Timu elderly garden gnome. That's accurate. That's real, DS. That's real. Deborah Randall said, now I'm back to zero with him. I'm done. Aries son, thank you for being like number 38, sis. Y'all, excuse me. I had to drink something. But yeah, so he's bragging, saying that he got an $8.8 million judgment against his ex-wife, which he know that lady ain't got no $8 million. I don't even know that lady. I know that lady ain't got that. But the fact that he think that's cute, because how dare she tell what, her side of things and how she felt. So now I want y'all to see what his son is saying, and we're going to get on into it. Now, this is Junior. This is the child that he gave his name away and went and named that other woman's child Junior. Y'all, this you just can't make this kind of stuff up. I don't know how this man like really lives with himself and thinks this type of stuff is cool, but it's so not. So let's get into it. This is what the son say.
I've tried, man. Really, really hard to not touch on it, to let it go, to be the bigger person, to be mature, to be something. But the shit going on with my dad right now, man. If y'all aren't seeing what's happening, if y'all aren't seeing the fact that this is just a very hurt and a very emotionally unavailable and not intelligent person, the person that is still have not been able to handle the death of his own mother, the things that we're seeing him go through right now, to decide to make certain posts on my late brother's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Say what you want, dog. But the gloves are off for me, just to keep it real. And I've tried, man. I've tried really, really hard. And the thing about it is, it's like, I get it, man. Our parents, they're human. They've gone through things too. Whatever the grievances they have, against each other, whatever. My issue is, though, man, you don't want me to start talking about the things that I had to deal with in my childhood, the things that I will take to my grave, the things that my brother took to his grave that we could put out there, the things that we could say as a son, as a teenager, as a 15-year-old that my brother was when we started touring, the things that we went through together, the things that we actually saw, the things that we actually lived with and dealt with because our dad wasn't emotionally intelligent enough nor mature enough to actually be a father. And the thing about it is just like, I get it, man. You know, our parents, they're and without even getting too deep, man, it's like to do it on my brother's late birthday, my baby brother's heavenly birthday, his first.
Listen, when Brian McKnight put this out, and I'm listening to this for the first time with y'all, but the fact that he did that on that boy's birthday is gross. Brian McKnight is gross, y'all.
First heavenly birthday, this is the post you decide to make? That's not petty? You don't think people are going to realize that that's ridiculous and that it's obviously strategic? Who are you trying to hurt if it's not me and my mother and our family? Who are you trying to hurt? Who are you trying to hurt, man? Which has always been my issue. Which is why way back when that started all this, I made the post that I made because I knew that this was the only thing that would get you, man. Maybe that was my fault. I've taken accountability for it. But it's become obviously clear, and maybe not even just me, and I'm hoping to the masses that we're dealing with someone that has unchecked trauma that they're not dealing with. And without even getting too deep, man, it's like, closing, man, just to keep it real. This isn't the last time I'm going to talk about this because I've realized that maybe it's time for me to start talking about this kind of stuff. Maybe it's time for me to start not airing shit out, but being vulnerable enough and open enough as someone that has lived an insane life. I'm going to start talking about these things, man. It's unfortunate that we're going through this with my father. It's unfortunate that y'all are watching my father and my mother duke it out publicly. But what I can assure you is, though, the truth will be revealed. You'll feel it. You'll know it to be true. If you actually have a heart, if you actually have a soul, and you at the very least try, you'll see the truth. Closing, man, just to keep it real.
This day, October 16th.
Yeah, so that's wild. And then for him to go through the trouble of announcing the date, like he wanted to really drive home the fact that, yeah, on your child's birthday, who is no longer alive, who I did not care about, this is what I'm doing. I'm taunting you while you grieving over your baby. Because it's given he ain't grieving over that baby at all. Okay, now that's what it looked like to me. Quiet Storm said, I wonder how people like that get any sleep or peace of mind. They don't. They full of hell. Every day of their life, they just hellish people. Ms. Nisa said he's so disrespectful to his son for giving that other son the same name, and his wife is stupid for doing. She just as disrespectful as him. They gonna reap what they sow. Oh yeah, you know them. But women like her feel like they win if they were the man that's disrespecting you and your children. She's probably taking it like a lot of them tramps take it, like, oh, he choosing me, I'm more important. But really, what he's showing you is the minute that you don't fit whatever mold he wants you to fit. Sweet beloved, thank you for being number 43. Delicious, thank you for being 45. Still sucking up air. Y'all got to remember, sometimes evil people live a long time. Sometimes evil lives a long time. And it's not because, they're great people. Sometimes God giving you time to straighten out your mess. But this man right here, I don't know. Them and women who deal with him, they always thinking because that man is being disrespectful, that's a win. That is not a win. He is showing you exactly how he gonna treat you when the chips fall. He gonna treat you just like this, and maybe even worse. Maybe even worse. He was cool when he did it to somebody else. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I need y'all to hit the like button because I know Quiet Storm asked y'all not to make me beg for likes. Please don't make me beg for likes. Please. I'm just saying. Belicious say it'll be his new junior putting him in a home and running off with his money. And you know it. And this woman, if she's still around when he go down, she gonna give him all the hell he gave this lady. That woman is going to give him all of the hell that he gave his ex-wife. I'm willing to bet you good money. I have seen it before. I've seen it before. We had a doctor in town, one of the black doctors. He was a dentist. I ain't gonna say his name. We ain't had but one black dentist in town back in the day. So if you check Ocala, you'll see it anyway. Ran off on his wife. Did not want to give her any money to help with the children. Wanted to throw her out the house, the marital home, for the new hoe. The judge told him no. The lady, Miss Miriam, wasn't even asking for no child support, alimony, or nothing. She just wanted the house. The judge made him pay money and leave her in the house. Fast forward all them years later, because that happened when I was a teenager girl. By the time I got grown, never forget, I was in nursing school, and you know you have to do your book work and your practical work, you know. And we did rounds, and it was at one of the nursing homes, and I saw that old man in the nursing home, and his Alzheimer's was so bad. When he saw me, he thought I was my mama, and I was with one of the girls that was doing, you know, practicals with me. She belonged to one of them old families in town too, and when he saw her, he thought she was her mama. That's how out of his mind he was. That new woman who was much younger than him, her and them children threw him in that home, took his money, and he was laying up in there in a terrible state. So men like Brian McKnight, it don't never go right. It never goes right when they, you know, do evil stuff like that. All you got to do is just wait and it'll come out. He laughing now, but you know, they told me the same thing that'll make you laugh or make you cry. If I was him, I would be a little more careful because they sure told me the same thing that'll make you laugh or make you cry. That's what I heard. Okay, that's what I heard. I need 15 more people to hit the like button because y'all sitting in my house. Okay, you in my house. I need you to hit the like button. Thank you for the bubbles. The same thing that'll make you laugh or make you cry. Hey, Diva 2 say gonna take all his money, every dime, and leave him laying on a pissy mattress. I'm telling you, that's what's coming for him because he evil as hell. He is evil as hell. Now, real quick, before we get into the rest, well, let's go on and see what's going on with the lady that used to own the turkey leg hut, because y'all, this is a mess. Now, I'm gonna show y'all what's on the neighborhood talk, and then we're gonna go to another page because I want y'all to see what this man actually did. Okay, now put a one in the chat if y'all know anything about the turkey leg hut in Houston. If you heard about it, went to it, wanted to go to it before they closed down or whatever, put a one in the chat. But let me tell you what happened. That's what they said, Belicious. But let me show y'all what's going on with this chick. They say she always in some mess. They say she's always in some mess. And baby, this time.
Well, today at 5, the turkey leg hut is back on the news. One of the original owners is now facing felony charges for allegedly hindering the arrest of a felon. Her boyfriend, that is. Fox's Leslie Delaspore is live at Harris County Criminal Courthouse with what exactly happened here. Leslie.
That's right. Nakia Holmes is charged for allegedly letting her boyfriend stay with her while he was wanted for allegedly beating his ex. Court records say Holmes let Jonathan Saison stay at her home in Cypress while there was a warrant out for his arrest. Investigators say he beat his ex with a tire iron and kidnapped her at her home earlier this month. According to court records, after officers saw Cezanne at Holmes's home in Cyprus, they questioned her during a traffic stop, and she denied knowing him and told them he was not at her home. Later, court records say during the traffic stop, a different set of officers who were at Holmes's home told her that Cezanne was seen jumping her fence, and then her story allegedly changed. Now, the district attorney's office tells us that Holmes's bond is currently set at $10,000. Back to you.
So, Leslie, what more do we know about why exactly Jonathan Cezanne was wanted in the first place?
Yeah, so court records claim that Cezanne went to his ex's home to pick up some shoes, and then when she let him in, he forced her into a vehicle, hitting her with a fist and tire iron repeatedly. Now, court records also say that she was held against her will for 6 hours. And court records also say that Cezanne dropped his ex off at the hospital after she told him that she would not press charges. Now, coming up tomorrow, both Cezanne and Holmes will make their appearance in court. Reporting live from the Harris County Criminal Courthouse, Leslie Jellis for Fox 26 News.
Well, today.
Well, that's what's on the news. But wait, y'all. There's more. Hold on. There is more. Because Dr. Matthews got even more stuff. If y'all are familiar with Houston, and y'all should be very familiar with Dr. Matthews, but she gets she gets all of the details of what's going on, especially. Let me pull that down while I'm pulling it up. Especially this type of stuff. She gonna always get to the bottom of this. Always. So let me go and pull that up. Hey, Lulu's little girl. Hey, Linnell. Deborah say that's exactly what happened to speak to every clear nurse but me. And years later, my mom had his giant behind as a patient, broken, disgusted. I believe you, girl. Hey, girl. You say you saw some receipts on a couple of months back. Oh, yeah, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. But we're going to get into it. Hey, Cassandra. You and Inez, y'all hit it at the same time. Thank y'all for both being like number 55. Hold on. Oh. Trying to pull it up. And Instagram would be not if we go to freezing and stuff. Don't freeze now. Go where I need you to go. Now, I hope that don't mean they took their good sister page down. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, her page up. This thing just acting funny. That's fine. I know what to do. Because y'all got to see this. Y'all have got to see this. It's pulling up. It's pulling up. Okay. So boom. Oh, you was talking about a doctor. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Hey, Vet. Our girl all the way from Birmingham, UK. Thank you for being number 56. So look, y'all look at this. Look at this. This is the lady that man beat up. Let me make this big as possible because y'all got to see this. I listen. Listen. That woman don't even look like the same person no more when he got through with her. Look what he did to that girl. Look what he did to her. And the police report there too. The whole report and everything that he was on paper for, because he was on paper. Now, I did see clips from a video of him beating somebody. I don't know if this was this lady or another lady, but I'm not going to play that video of nobody getting beat up like that. That was crazy. Like, it was a lot. But y'all see what he did to this girl face? She had to tell him she wasn't going to tell nobody for him to let her go. He went over there. Apparently, they were staying together or something at some point. And he was supposed to be coming to get some of his stuff out of her house, some shoes or whatever like that. She let that man in there. Her child was there. Her son was there, I believe. And he started beating that lady. He put her in his car. Hey, Queena. Started punching her, hit her, started beating her with a tire iron. According to the paperwork, he kept the lady for 6 hours against her will, would not let her go, was continually beating this lady for 6 hours, swole her up like this, got her looking, you know, like that. It's only God she's still alive, because you beating somebody with a tire and that lady could have died. And she had to lie and tell him that she was not going to press charges. She wasn't going to tell the police nothing, just take her to the hospital. So the paperwork said that he took her over to Memorial Hermann and dropped her off at the hospital. And she told them people, and she better, because if he'll do this to you next time, he going to get the job done. Okay? So when he went on the run, because he was already on paper. He was on paper for powder. And it was a lot of it, too. He had a lot of powder on him back in February, and they had him on probation. So anyway, the chick that used to own the turkey leg hut, her and her husband. So now her and her husband done split up. And I heard the husband wasn't no good either. But this one is a whole lot worse. So after he did all this to this girl right here, she let him stay at her house. Why would you have this man in your house if he did that to her? He's going to do that to you too. Oh, yes. So that's what happened, and that's who she's protecting. That is who she's protecting. I won't put y'all through all of that, but I heard that the lady that the ex-owner of the turkey leg hut, well, you heard them say she was on a $10,000 bond, which I'm sure she has it. Darn sure didn't pay them employees, so I'm sure she still got the money. And I believe I saw on his paperwork $100,000 bond or something, but I'm like, I felt like after him doing this to somebody, holding that lady hostage, they had his charges as kidnapping, assault, some other stuff. But I just felt like this should have been an attempted murder charge. Wow. The turkey leg hut owner, it's her new man that did this to this lady. That's her new man did this to this lady. And she was letting him hide at her house while he was wanted by the police, and then lied to the police at a traffic stop that she didn't know the man. And meanwhile, somebody was at her house out in Cyprus telling her, like, girl, the police is at your house and this man just jumped your fence. And they said that's when she changed her story and ended up getting herself a charge trying to protect this monster, because you got to be a monster to do this to a lady. You got to be. Ain't no right thinking normal man would do that to a woman, like at all. Okay? So that's what happened with that. I'm sorry that happened to that sister, but that is what happened with that. Okay? So real quick, and only real quick, and I really mean only real quick, this Tasha K mess, let me tell y'all what's going on. What I seen between on site, which is Raw Ali's page, Tasha K page, Twitter. I'm gonna give y'all the capsule, the Cliff Notes version. Nicki Minaj put out a bunch of cryptic tweets as per normal, talking about, she know who was using her Amex card, her American Express card. Meanwhile, we all know Cardi, the one that told you, hey, when you be getting high and throwing them dudes out your house, they done came and told all your business that man let you be high, because he be running up your American Express, buying chains for them dudes in the hood. Y'all remember, put a 6 in the chat if y'all remember Cardi saying that. So then here we go, fast forward a few days back. Nika start putting stuff, cryptic tweets. She know who was stealing from her. And I'm filing a police report, and more people gonna be exposed, blase squaze. So Tasha K jumps out there on the limb, like the nut job she is, talking about Right? That she sure did, didn't she, Belicious? Mm-hmm. She jumps out there, naming the boy, claiming, oh, is this young man Blase Squaze? I ain't even finna say his name because my name Bennett and I ain't in it. I'm just telling y'all what happened. And he did this and he done stole from people before and he had charges for fraud, credit card fraud and theft or whatever. And, you know, she's saying it like she know this authoritatively, right? Okay, so boom. Next thing you know, the young man in question, Ra Ali, on its own site, post a letter from the lawyer saying it was a cease and desist, that Tasha K better retract it and give an apology post haste, because the young man is saying not only is that a lie and he ain't stole nothing from old Nika, he said he ain't never been arrested for nothing. And they claiming that he got a whole criminal record for fraud and stuff. So if he's saying he ain't never been arrested for nothing, everybody looking at Tasha like, girl, what you gonna do? Because you still got to pay Cardi and this don't look good. Baby, Tasha K jumps back out there, posting screenshots where Onika Tanya Mirage sent her inboxes saying this boy name, that he did it in Blase Squaze. So she talking behind Onika. This boy say that's a goddamn lie. It's too easy to prove whether somebody been arrested or got charges or not. If he ain't got no charges, you looking real crazy right now. Because what Onika told you in the inbox, it ain't got nothing to do with what you opened your mouth or what you typed with your fingertips on your social media account. Let me find out Onika sending Tasha on dummy missions. Let me find out Tasha over there being a crash test dummy. Because, ma'am, why? Then the people on social media was like, but wait a minute. That we've been saying Onika been feeding stories to the bloggers. Ugh. Now it looked like maybe she was, because how she got screenshots of you telling her the name of this person or whatever. Then they saying, Onika saying that it's a doctor that was stealing from her too. Nobody believes her, by the way, except her, you know, real crazy, delusional, partially psychotic fans. Everybody else is like, girl, you trying to find a fall guy because you don't want to admit that Cardi was right and it's your dude spending your money. The biggest question would be, Onika, how does she know? She know because literally the people in your house is saying you did this, that this man is doing this to you. Lulu say another blogger sent police report. Which police report? Because Onika says she filed a police report, but that young man say he ain't been arrested for nothing. So her filing a police report, that's one thing. Because the young man never said that Onika may not have filed one because maybe he don't know. But what I can tell you, he was talking real authoritative about the fact that he ain't never been charged with nothing. So fast forward, like that wasn't enough. So then in walks the Ra Ali of it all. Tasha K starts spraying that. Talking about, they done fell out because Ra this, Ra that. Then, then the story come out about the young man that be doing hair. Arrogant Tay, I think is his name, or what he calls himself. Okay. And now, basically, what it's looking like is Onika trying to find somebody to blame for everything that Cardi B know about her house. Because guess what they came at that little boy with, or that young man with, saying that Cardi know that her son is nonverbal because this Arrogant Tay, this young man who was doing her hair, was talking to Dream Doll and told Dream Doll that her son is nonverbal. And I'm sitting here like, girl, didn't your mama get on social media and say the baby ain't nonverbal? So why would you come out and confirm that the baby is nonverbal and say that Cardi knew because Arrogant Tay told her? Only for this young man who calls himself Arrogant Tay to come back out and say he don't go talking behind nobody about nothing. And the way he was talking make me feel like if they keep pressing him and using his name and lying on him to try to cover up because you embarrassed because Cardi knew way too much of your personal business, he sound like he might tell what he really do know. That could be messy. It could. Then that's their business. Tasha ain't through spreading, child. Tasha say, and she was holding up her phone. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me let y'all see what she said about Sharice Jordan on Potomac. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't all the way believe this, but I just want y'all to hear what she said because I couldn't find nothing on Twitter. I couldn't find nothing nowhere. But I want y'all to see what she had to say as it pertains to Big Reese. Because we've been told and been led to believe that she received a very good settlement from her ex-husband. Okay. Mr. Jordan, that was treating her bad, treating her wrong. Mm-hmm. Now, we've been led to believe that she collected a nice little piece of coin. And I don't see Sharice spending a lot of money. So, I don't know. I just don't know if I believe this, but I want y'all to see what she's saying because I don't even want to repeat this one. I would rather y'all hear it come from her mouth. Girl. And why it looked like Kiana and Wendy got to have another talk and Kiana is still trying to make fetch happen. I can't. Y'all, Kiana is really like a dud for me. I'm going to just be honest. She's coming up a dud for me. She's coming up a dud. Yeah, so I'm going to let y'all hear what she had to say about Big Reese. Right, because one lawsuit don't save you from the other ones. Like some people might have mercy, but a lot of people, if you lying on them or you saying stuff that they think is actionable, they might take action. I don't know that I would take the chance. Y'all know I don't play like that. I try to only say what I know, or what I can say is a decent chance that this is what's really going on. I just can't go out on the limbs. So listen to this.
At Bravo, but the housewives are going broke. Portia won. She can't even keep up with the lawn, so she got to get a man and a woman. Apparently, after Wendy came out and was bragging about all her degrees and all the money she was making.
And see, I'm gonna stop right there. Marijuana. This is the kind of stuff that be getting her in trouble. How's she gonna say Tasha that Portia ain't got no money when Simon just got through complaining that girl made what he said $8 to $9 million on top of his head? Now by the time Tasha tell the story, the lady ain't got no money. If Portia going with a man and a woman, it's because she want a storyline. Like, let's be honest, because we all saw that clip of Portia with that woman, and don't nobody believe Portia really go with that woman. Now let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Number two, how you gonna speak on somebody else's money talking about they going broke when Tasha, people been talking about you trying to pay Cardi on Afterpay? Never mind.
On a shop and her husband being a lawyer, all this shit, right? Come to find out that they have proof that they were submitting false insurance claims saying that the house was robbed and all that stuff quietly. And we say quietly and secretly, there is an estate sale going on with this particular Real Housewife of Potomac, Sharice Jackson. So Sharice Jackson of Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all, they didn't want to put the name out there, but I already know who it was when we looked up the address. But we blurred the address, and it says a Real Housewife of Potomac is having an estate sale in the DC area today. Okay, and that was September 20th, 2025. All right, and so she sold all of her shit. Go ahead, Jasmine. Not the keyboard. She could have gave that to a key. What she got? That shit, some nice shit or some, like some shit my grandmama owned. Some nice. Oh, I wish she would have gave that shirt away in the estate sale. The video was put up, and they found out that it was actually her. She changed the address. So from another address to another address because she was trying to conceal her identity. But that particular address is registered to her, and this is her house, and she had to unwind everything, okay, to cover the bills per se. And I just want to say, this is Bravo's fault. This is
I ain't gonna get into her opinion on it because I don't even know if it's true. But I wanted y'all to hear her say that. So can't nobody say I said nothing, okay? Nitra ain't said nothing. But that's what she putting out on Sharice. I guess we'll find out sooner or later if that's true, because it's show out there. It's out there now. So y'all feel like getting into what Laila Ali had to say about Clarissa Shields, or y'all want to see her Rima impersonation again? Because she called herself rapping, and I feel like, if y'all feel like laughing, y'all could see her Remy Ma impersonation first. I'm comfortable if y'all want to see it. Okay. Now I done already laughed one time, but I don't mind laughing again. I don't mind laughing again. So if y'all want to see her up here in a set it off wig and an outfit from the flea market, yeah. Okay, y'all need a good laugh too? Bet. Say less. Let me go and share the screen, child. Hey, the divine Miss M. Listen, hold on. I'm gonna make this as big as possible because I swear y'all got to see this. If I have to trim it out later, I just trim it out later. But y'all got to see this bull crap here. This girl want to be Remy so bad. It's pitiful. It is pitiful. Look at this. Get a load of this.
Put your towels on the line. You gonna look. I'ma win it. When I walking in this market, if I want it, I'm gonna get it. I be on that master key. My credit card ain't got no limit. If you two black eyes, you get both your windows tinted. Knock you out, then wake you up. You won't remember, just forget it. I thank God for my blessings. Yes, I'm thankful. I became world champion when I was 22. They did not start making cash money when they paid you. I hit like a loaded 45. You were 22. Put your towels on the line. You gonna lose. I'ma win it. When I walking in this market, if
Yeah. This is bad. They say this was at BET's 106 in sports. This is really, really bad. And that outfit is heinous. Whoever did that need their behind beat. Like, I want to borrow that crowbar that man had. I want to borrow it because why? Just why? Like, this is a prime example. This is a prime example. Let me get my Tyra Banks voice. We were all rooting for you. We were all rooting for Clarissa Shields. We were. Every black woman I know who follows boxing, who love boxing, all of us girls who grew up under our daddies watching boxing, learning to box, we love boxing. And when this young girl came on the scene, we was all like, yes, come on, Flint. And this girl has done nothing but embarrass us since she, got more mainstream attention. When she was not getting mainstream attention, we could still root for her because she was acting normal. And lo and behold, and as my niece would say, behold and lo, this heifer has shown us that we put our care and concern and prayers and well wishes into the wrong person. And so one of the people she's targeted is Miss Laila Ali, the beautiful, the gorgeous, the illustrious, the talented Laila Ali. And y'all know Laila been like smiling and being graceful and, kikiing it off. Well, apparently Laila had time. And we going to give a listen. I hope y'all got a minute. And like I told y'all, we are not by any means going to sit through the entire video. There's going to be some things that I skipped through. If you want to see it not being skipped through, then, please understand. You can go watch it on Ms. Ali's channel. Okay, but what we're going to do is get into it. Because this is a mess. It's really bad because it should have never come to this. Like, it never should have come to it. Like, there was no reason whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Okay, let's cue it up. Let's get it going. And we're going to share the screen. Yes, the classy and legendary Laila Ali. Yes. Yep, old Pap Smear, he need to sort her out. I like the way you said that. Says sort her out. That's right, y'all. I need my bubbles and my likes. Yep. Hey, Sharon Middleton, thank you for being 67. Divine Miss M say the ghetto Ellie Mae clamp it. Okay. Cause see, I'm the black Ellie Mae, but that is definitely the hood booger Ellie Mae. Okay. And see, I'm the black Ellie Mae because I will go hunting and fishing and wrestling critters down at the swimming hole. But what she's giving is something real stinking dusty. So let's share the screen. Okay, and she titled this "Let the Record Show" Part 1. I hope she don't do Part 2 because Part 1 was a lot for my spirit. I'm gonna just tell y'all that. Part 1 was a lot on my spirit, and isn't she lovely? Like, that's the one thing about Laila. Y'all, listen, funny story. When Peanut was little, she wanted to be a boxer because Laila Ali was pretty and was knocking people out. And so she wanted to be pretty and knock people out. Okay. Don't tell her I told y'all. But that's what was going on. Feel free to crack a joke with her, but she did. When she was little, she wanted to be a boxer and she wanted to knock people out because Laila Ali was pretty and was knocking people out. Yes. Because she grew up with that boxing too up under me and her granddaddy. But let's take a good look at this. So, like I said, I'm telling y'all in advance, fair use. I just want y'all to hear what Miss Laila had to say in her own words. She came with receipts, and yeah, I think y'all will find that she has been damn graceful when it comes to Clarencia. Okay, but let's take a look. And y'all just batten down the hatches, fair use and all that. Keep the bubbles going because we walk in a fine line anytime we share stuff. Okay, so y'all back me up. All right, let's go.
There has been a whole lot of talk about the possibility of me making a comeback to boxing. And people have had a lot to say, but I have not addressed it until now. And I know everyone wants to know the answer to the question, will I be coming back? And I promise you, I'm going to give you that answer. But first, I have got to address the lies and the fake narrative that's been created years ago. Now, someone's gotten way too comfortable dragging my name and even using my father's name to get attention and clout. Now, in case you haven't heard it, her story is that I didn't support her and I didn't pass the torch because of my jealousy and envy over her accomplishments in boxing. She says that I disrespected her and I started talking about knocking her out simply because I was bitter that she's outdone me. I've seen a lot of the comments. Many of you have good discernment and understand what's really going on here, while others have believed her lies over the years or have formed an opinion without having all the facts. Now, originally, I wasn't even going to give this my time or attention because I really don't engage with people who thrive off of negativity, drama, and buffoonery. But I'm not about to let someone with bad character continue running freely, dragging my name without accountability.
That's not going to happen.
Come on now, listen. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't going to do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble, though.
And Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. She would have knocked Laila so pretty ass out.
So this right here is the consequence. Now, I have been busy.
I gotta pause it. Y'all heard that, right? Her so pretty A out. I told y'all before, that's what's wrong with Clarissa. When she started making them comments about Angel Reese, because she was mad because Angel Reese won that award and she didn't. I told y'all what Clarissa's problem is. Clarissa is jealous of pretty girls because she's insecure about her own features. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember me telling y'all that. I told y'all that's what this is all about with this girl. It's her insecurity and it's eating her alive. This is not the first time I've seen it happen with women, but it's always very disturbing when I see people go from everybody rooting for you to all of us being sick of you, because the more you show what's on the inside, the more we just don't want nothing to do with you. She is insecure with her features. Listen, man, you got strong features. You have strong features. It is not the end of the world. You have to learn to be confident with what you have. Newsflash. Every woman I know, let me go ahead and make myself a little bit bigger because I need to say this because I don't know who need to hear it. Okay. Every woman alive got something about their face or their body that they don't like. Every woman alive. I don't care how pretty you think a girl is. I don't care how fine you think she is. I don't care how bad you think she is. Every woman alive got something about their face or their body they don't like, or both. That's just the truth. I ain't crazy about my fat nose, about my flat nose or my wide forehead. I'm not real crazy about the fact that my cheekbones, if I laugh too hard, they close my eyes up. I don't necessarily like the fact that I got the monkey mouth. It is what it is. At what point do you come to terms with the fact that that is just your face? That is who you are. Flat nose or not, this is my face. Ain't but one Shanitra. Designer original. Clarissa got to come to terms with that's your face. If you have strong features, oh well. Be the best version of you can be, and stop comparing yourself to other women, because you're going to be a miserable hooker all the days of your life. Because I don't care who you are, you're going to find somebody that's cuter than you. They got nicer eyes than you. They got prettier lips than you. They got cuter bone structure than you. They waist smaller than yours. They booty bigger than yours. They titties sit up higher than yours. All you doing is making yourself miserable, because it's not going to change nothing. Going around trying to slander people, hoping you can make the crowd hate them because you're envious of them. You feel like the beauty they have takes something from you. It don't. Their beauty takes nothing from you, and you trying to make the crowd hate them because you feel like they got an advantage over you. That's sick. And all that does is show your sickness. It shows how messed up you are. You think you hurting them. You're not hurting them. You hurting yourself, because now we all looking at you for what it is, man. Come on. Adrienne Marie said you just got to be grateful and accept what God has given you. And you right about it. Be grateful. Don't be watching somebody else's food. You can't eat the food on your plate watching theirs. Yvette said, to me, it's her dress sense and her stank attitude and what comes out her mouth. That's what we all say. But I'm telling you what her problem is. She feels unpretty, so she attacks women that she admires. If she sees them and they're pretty and they're getting attention of being pretty, for being pretty, and people are talking about how lovely they are, how gorgeous they are. People talk about Angel Reese. Oh, she's a basketball player, but the girl could easily be a supermodel. She could. Did y'all see her over there at the Victoria's Secretions with the wings on? Child, Angel was so bad, I say, go on, girl. But Clarissa has not gotten to a point where she realizes, celebrate your sister, man. You ain't got to be hateful. This is why I be telling y'all avoid ugly women. I'm not saying it because something wrong with them. I'm saying it because a lot of women that don't feel aesthetically cute will attack you because they have not come to terms with what the hell they dealing with. This is what you got. Like, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I wish my skin was a little bit darker. Should I go around and attack everybody that has a lovely satiny chocolate complexion? Should I go around attacking them? Should I make up stories on them? That's sick. Listen, NYC says she should learn from Remy, other dark-skinned pretty girls, but she too busy trying to be Remy. But that's why she wanted to be Remy. Because Remy is what she wished she could come across as, rough around the edges, a little tough, but really pretty, and people see her as attractive or sexy or whatever. I hate that sexy word. I don't know. I don't like that word. Don't mind me. Thana Abdullah, hey, welcome. Anybody who's here for the first time, put FTL for first time live in the chat so we can welcome you personally and individually, because we are happy to have you here. Thana says, Clarissa is that typical unfortunate looking, insecure, bitter chick that has a real beef with any woman that is better looking than her and more successful. But the thing is, I don't necessarily think she's unfortunate looking. I think she lacks confidence. She lacks security. And so she tries to overcompensate with a nasty attitude and putting on clothing that just is not her friend. She still ain't learned her body type and what clothing looks the best on her, because she's not focused on herself. She's spending all her energy focusing on other people. Like, girl, you better get a clue. Sleepless say, ain't but one Shanitra and she's cute. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna grab that compliment. Thank you. Lady Blue say that insecurity comes from being told she's not attractive. She's blessed and don't realize it. That's true. But let me tell you something. If you a black woman in this country, in good old America with them 3 Ks, our whole lives has been people telling us that we ain't pretty. Everything in entertainment has been geared toward trying to convince black women, all of us, that we ain't pretty. Your skin ain't light enough. Your nose ain't pointy enough. Your lips ain't thin enough. Your features ain't watery enough. Your butt ain't flat enough. We all been told we was ugly. Why you think most of us so good at roasting? Most of us got clowns so bad our mouths had to become lethal. It was self-defense. At some point, you cannot live your life in the opinions of other people. Clarissa gonna have to look in that mirror and fall in love with her goddamn self instead of waiting on the world to validate her and going on podcasts telling lies. Oh, everybody called you ugly. No, everybody's not calling you ugly. We say you can't dress, you got a nasty attitude, and you need to shut the hell up sometime. That's what we say about you. Asia Marie said people will find her beautiful if she had a beautiful attitude, and that's right. That ain't nothing but the truth. I'm glad you're here because you fit right in. Y'all, this crazy girl said, and another thing, ain't no way she got that dress from Neiman Marcus. Cinderella rats did a better job. Listen, Cinderella's rats in that cartoon was busting it. They was busting. Yeah, the clothing ain't her friend. She picks things that she has a very straight frame. Okay, and y'all know, those of you who've been around, y'all know, and y'all know me well. I've been designing and making clothing for over 30 years. And let me tell you something. I ain't met a heifer I can't dress. I ain't met one that I can't dress. Hey, Maybelline, thank you for being number 74. Yeah, all the Laila bashing in the world ain't gonna never put her in the lineage of Muhammad Ali. Right. And she covets that too. But on the clothing with Clarissa has a very straight frame. She doesn't have hips. And she's not particularly busty, like she's not particularly curvy. Do you realize the only thing that she needs to do is focus on clothing that will actually add to her silhouette? She needs to wear things that are more A-line, so it gives the appearance of having a hip. It'll give you the appearance of an hourglass, even if you don't. Play into the width of your shoulders. You know, blousy, belted, wrap dresses. You know, skirts that, you know, give the appearance, that flare out at the hip. They give you the appearance of an hourglass. Do your little split if you want to. Show a little leg. But she hasn't even taken time to look at all of her attributes and then just hide a flaw or two here and there. All she doing is being angry, talking about the oh so pretty Laila Ali. And she's still pretty. When you finish lying on her, she didn't get no less pretty. You did all that lying. She still looked like that. That's all I'm going to say. Now, we see it with high school girls, but Clarissa is too old at this point. You're no longer in high school for you to still be playing games like you in a high school bathroom. But I'm going to let Sister Ali finish talking. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to say something.
Working on other projects that required all of my time and focus, which is why I'm just now saying something. But honey, I have made the time to address this. So today, the bad guy ain't getting away. Now let's hit rewind because we really need to see what's happened over the years. What got us here? Now I'm not about to do the whole he say, she say thing. So let me show you some receipts. I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal. At some point, she reached out, started asking me for advice, wanted to know if she should go to the Olympics the second time or go pro. She would also call me and let me know when she was fighting. Now, at the time, I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk.
Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. I got to stop it again. Don't this sound familiar? Remember she was reaching out to Remy, asking her to tell her how to dress so she could dress more like her, so people can see her as sexy, so people can see her as attractive. So this is Clarissa's MO. The women that she admires and she has and she covets their lives or some aspect to them, she reach out to them for help first. Then she double back and lie on you. I'm gonna let Laila keep going. I just had to point that out before we got too far.
An all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS. I asked the producers if we could do a story on her. They agreed. So I got on a plane, flew to Colorado, and did a full sit-down interview with her. Now, this is just a shortened version of the 6-minute piece that aired on CBS in 2016. 21-year-old Clarissa Shields is as confident as her
I'm not going to sit through the piece of the interview because y'all get the point. She did an interview with her to give us some exposure. Okay?
The one about a kid from Flint, Michigan, who has gone toe-to-toe with adversity.
And y'all see she did a whole nice little segment on her, letting her, come out and do her thing and tell her story. Plus, I don't want no smoke with CBS because that's their clip. Laila probably got it cleared, but we did not. So I'm going to watch my butt and move accordingly.
I gave her a spotlight. When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her about the challenges that I faced fighting at 168, where there was limited competition. And I suggested that if she decided to turn pro, she should consider going down in weight, somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite next level shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know those are strong words, but they actually fit. This girl has created a pattern. It's been directed towards many people time and time again. Now, before we started our interview in Colorado, she said to me, "You're the name people say when it comes to women's boxing. You're the face they know. I want that to be me." Now, looking back after everything that's unfolded, it seems pretty calculated now. Like she was waiting for the right moment, the right excuse to finally do what she'd already made up her mind to do. I mean, that's how it feels now. She told me she saw me as the face of women's boxing, and she told me that she wanted my spot. And she's been on a mission to ruin my reputation ever since, simply because she heard me make a comment that was not about her and she took it personal. Fast forward to 2018, I was promoting my cookbook, Food for Life, and went on The Breakfast Club, a national show with millions of listeners. I did a 36-minute interview, and when the topic of boxing came up, I actually mentioned her and made positive comments. Then much later into the interview, I was asked about the possibility of a comeback.
You ever get back in the ring just for fun? You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby six-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my, I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
Amazing. I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, usually they say you can say something slick, but with you can't say that slickness. You was on the food.
Now I'm gonna tell you, that's probably what hurt Clarissa's feelings. Was when she said, ain't nobody there for me right now, that she trying to box with. I guess she wanted her to be like, oh yeah, but I guess she was supposed to be hyping her, like, oh no, this is Clarissa's time. Ain't no telling what she wanted. And to be honest, it probably didn't even matter what Laila would have said. She was gonna have a problem with it anyway. Hey, Carrie Clark, thank you for being number 79, boo. I'm gonna let it go back, y'all. I just had to say something. My bad.
Network's chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love. And, cooking is something that I'm super passionate about.
Gotcha.
It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Clarissa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. Mm-hmm. She's a young Black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. Mm-hmm. And she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention.
Now remember, at the time, we were on good terms. She was reaching out to me and referring to me as Big Sis. But this was her response.
I watch the Breakfast Club video with Laila Ali. You know, I have so much respect for her, you know, and I like her. I actually call her my big sis, but it was so many shots thrown. Like, if y'all really paid attention, you know, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number one in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah. And, you know, I just feel like, you know, she gave props where it's due, but, you know, she also spoke on how, you know, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. When it's like, we got two different goals and sets in life. You know, me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. You know, even when she was boxing, she never.
Did y'all hear that heifer lie that quick? Did y'all hear that heifer lie that quick? She gave props where it's due, and she said, I'm doing great, but not great enough for her. That lady ain't said nothing like that. Did y'all see how fast this heifer lied? See, this is what she don't get, girl. We don't dislike you because of your features. We dislike you because you're disgusting. Let me let this heifer keep going.
Fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now. You know, fastest woman to win a world title. I did it in 4 fights. You know, and yeah, you can say, oh, the competition isn't there, and this girl wasn't that. But like I did it up in 4 fights, and the girls that Laila Ali fought wasn't, you know, that great either. I mean, like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen, and you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble, we can go. You know, this is not like, oh, I'm gonna step away. Like I respect her and everything, but you know, you're not gonna come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. You know, I just don't like the disrespect. And this is my last video too about this. You know, I never used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement. She just gonna beat me if she decided to.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to this, but I noted it. For someone who hardly had any experience as a professional boxer and was supposedly looking up to me, for her to think that I would even call her name in a conversation about me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me, especially since I had literally told her that I retired from boxing because I didn't feel inspired or challenged anymore by the level of competition that was available to me. We had that talk. So I learned a lot about her character and her mindset. She took what I said out of context and made it all about her. I decided I was no longer going to invest time or energy into her. But she, on the other hand, she took it straight to social media, started comparing her boxing skills to mine, making negative comments about me, and pitting herself against me in a fight. A year later, I was doing press for my show Homemade Simple on OWN, so I went on Sway Universe, another syndicated national show with millions of listeners. We were talking, he asked me about boxing, he asked me about her, I said positive comments as usual, then he plays one of her visits.
Are you watching women's boxing today?
Oh, yeah.
You like Clarissa?
I do. I think that she's a talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set, you know, so now she just has to kind of do her thing. I
talk about Homemade Simple, airing Saturdays 9 a.m. on the OWN network. Okay, it's an incredible show. I had Clarissa here, right? I asked her who did she think would win, and you against you in your prime and her now, and this is what she said.
She's not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like, she didn't fight against Ann Wolf. I fight against the best and beat the best. And if Laila Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not anything I haven't heard before. First of all, she's supposed to feel like she's the greatest.
Absolutely.
But just because you think you are doesn't mean you are.
Okay.
I like to support and uplift people. And I think that on your way up, just do your best not to disparage those that have come before you. First of all, she could never beat me. Okay. Let me just get that straight right now.
You want to get that straight, Laila?
Let's get that straight right now.
Okay.
And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out, but because she's not talented enough to beat me. The sweet science to boxing, the reason why you have not been able to knock out the opponents that you've already faced, I can totally see it. Why? But maybe if you would have been a little more respectful, and I'm not talking about thinking you can beat me and call that, do all that. I'm talking about just trying to, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. Yeah. I don't respect.
And we got Beautiful Spirit in the chat. And actually, you got the gossip wrong, baby. When you come to the porch, you have to get your gossip right. What happened was they asked Miss Ali about that, and she said, get 15 million and I'll consider it. Considering it is not saying I'm going to fight with you. First, that's number one. That's first and foremost. Number two, Laila's heading for 50. Number three, that would help Clarissa. That wouldn't help Laila. Laila already has a legacy. She has a name. She already has the record. She's the knockout queen. And we can't say that for Clarissa. And no, we do care about the history. We do. We do. And Clarissa doesn't get to come and slander Laila Ali just because she's insecure about her face. No, you don't get to do that. And yeah, I check all inaccurate gossip on the spot. Welcome. Let's go.
As a boxer, I only respect her as a businesswoman. I've heard her say that before. I was always there for her because she's a young Black girl from Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, Flint.
And I want to help uplift her because that's the Ali way. I am successful in so many areas outside of boxing. Boxing is not what defines me. There's always going to be another girl. But I tell you what, when I offered her to spar me, that definitely was a check right there to see. Let me see what kind of heart she has. You should come whoop me just for bragging rights.
And one more time to address you, sweetie. I never said that boxing is a beauty contest. And I'm willing to bet I know more about boxing than you. Willing to bet. Something tells me you one of them girls that look like Clarissa. Let's go and get you out my chat. I don't think you my type of person. Get out of here. Because you want to be dishonest and you feel away. And you feel away because I'm not going to let you come in my chat telling lies. Hey, Hood Star, what's up? Happy Friday. So back to Sister Ali.
She didn't take me up on that offer. I said, okay. And let's put this in context. I'm only talking about this because you're asking me.
She's done a ton of interviews since then, and she's always saying I disrespected her. Now you've seen what she's been referring to. So she felt justified to go on a tirade. And of course, she's twisted the story over the years and taken my comments out of context. Now, according to her, I just started talking about knocking her out just out of jealousy. Now you've seen what I said, what she said, how this started, and you can see she pitted herself against me in a fight. Now, I know some of this younger generation may not be familiar with me, but I've never been one to just talk about things I can't do. When I said that I would knock her out back in 2019, it wasn't any different than what I've said to anyone who's challenged me in the past. You can go back and look at tape on me. That was not just talk for me. It's what I did. TKO, KO, it didn't matter. I was going to stop you. It wasn't going to a decision. And if you didn't belong in there with me, I was going to get you out of there. That's just facts. That's not disrespect. That's boxing talk. Back then in 2020, I did get to a point where I was ready to get back in the ring and show her why, even though she is talented. I said it back then and I'm saying it now, but she can never outbox me. High-level promoters did reach out to me directly, and we had some serious conversations about me making a comeback. Now, of course, she was never even involved in any of those discussions. Then COVID happened. You know how that was, and it all went away, and I left it alone. Now, here is just a small glimpse of the narrative that she's been building over the years.
But I feel like Laila Ali has always been kind of envious of me. I'm just so accomplished in women's boxing, and she never got that due diligence and that respect. So to see me getting it kind of pisses her off. So you look at who she fought. Her biggest test was freaking Vonda Ward and Christy Martin. And Christy Martin weighed in at 140 pounds, and Laila Ali was 160. Like, how are you making matches like that? So Laila Ali is a hater. That's it. Nothing but her being a hater and her being, envious of my success and what I've done for women's boxing. And she feels like she deserves that credit because everybody kind of give it to me now. And I think that she's like, but, I'm an Ali daughter and I boxed before her and I'm 24-0, 21 knockouts. And she kind of, want people to keep acknowledging her. She's retired.
She's retired.
And
she's
been
probably
retired for a long time. 43. I hate when somebody else try to take some attention. It's like she's, nobody was trying to take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed champion. She's never been undisputed. And people are comparing me to her and she gets offended. When it was like, to me, I thought it was a good comparison because I feel like I box way better than her. And for them to be saying that me and her are equal or whatever, she should have been happy because of that, because they're giving her more props on her skills, which I feel like she didn't really have that much. But, whatever. Yeah, we had Laila Ali. respect, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. I'm gonna be different because I'm gonna give my blessing, or I'm gonna let a girl take her blessing. And what that means, I'm gonna fight the young girls coming up, and if they beat me, now they're the best. That's how you do it. My advice, Laila, is you will look a lot better, and people will stop calling you a hater and calling you jealous and old and bitter. If you actually stop hating, bro, you will look better if you was to support the black girl from Flint who made it out the trenches to where she at now. You will look a lot better. She won.
So, girl, she didn't support you when she had them people like bring you on CBS. She wasn't supporting you when she was speaking good about you. She wasn't supporting you. Yeah, she real sick. She real sick, y'all.
Wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant in women's boxing. When people give her props about how she built up women's boxing, and I just don't feel the same way. What really did you do for women's boxing? Like, you let it die. You let it die for 20 years, and then I had to come and put in all this extra work to get it to where it is now. I think that wasn't fair, and I don't think that she was as big as the pioneer in women's boxing as she thinks she was. Because I would never do that. I would pass the torch.
There are hundreds and hundreds of women who have participated in the sport of boxing over the years. They have all made a contribution in their own way. We don't need to argue over who's done more. That destructive crab in a barrel mentality is exactly what we don't need in the sport. Here she is, and that she has created a blueprint for success, which she is now sharing with other female fighters. She says that the number one thing they need to know is how to build their brand.
I actually promote a woman fighter, and I'm giving her all the jewels and stuff that I know, so she can get her big paydays too. It's a blueprint now on how you make $1 million, even if you don't have the gold medals. The biggest blueprint is build your brand.
Oh, she must have forgot years ago she recorded this and said that I gave her the piece of advice that she is now referring to as the most valuable piece of information that you need to be successful. But supposedly I didn't support her and I didn't want to pass the torch.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand for. And she said, have good people behind me who I trust.
So this whole idea that she started about me being jealous because of her accolades and her surpassing me, do you realize that for years, fans have believed that there's so many fighters that are better than me? I mean, they have more titles than me. Multi-million-dollar fights are happening, more money than I ever made, more money than she's making. So I guess if I'm supposedly jealous of her, I must be hating on them too, right? Nope, I actually celebrate other women's success. I have relationships with those women. We have mutual respect. It's all love. She's the only one who decided to make herself my opposition. And she has created this drama and she's kept it going for the past 8 years. People came to know her because she kept calling out my name. She's obsessed with me and she literally cannot keep the name Laila Ali out her mouth. There are people who will say she's confident. She talks trash. That's what fighters do. Yes, fighters talk. Nobody did it better than my father and me, and we backed it up. I've never had a problem with the fighter saying they could beat me or that they think they're better than me. That's expected. I don't consider that disrespect. But what I do have a problem with is a liar or someone who intentionally tries to disparage me in order to gain visibility and respect.
Now that's a good point. But y'all, I had the leads coming up because listen, Adrienne Marie got a point. It's looking like she really want to do a destiny swap with Laila. It's like she wants to become the pretty legacy icon. And it's like, girl, that's not your story. That ain't your ministry. That's not who you are. And that's what it gives. It's like, because we heard her saying things like, when people think about what she told Laila, when people think of boxing, they think of you. I want that to be me. She keeps referring to, Laila like, oh, she still wants to be relevant. She's still saying, it's like, did you want her to fade into the background? Was she supposed to cease to exist to make your visibility easier? It's giving that she may want a destiny swap. She wants to be what Laila was. You can't ever be that. You can't ever be that because that's her story. Like, I can look at any of these ladies in this chat. I can't be Lady Blue. I can't, it don't matter if she tell me her story, if I memorize her story and I try to tell it like it's my story, I can't be her. I can't be Sleepless. I can't be DS. I can be Nitra. That's it. Whatever mark you make in the world, that's the mark you make in the world. But the good part is you choose what mark you make in the world. Yep, Melanin Coco. It do sound a little familiar, girl.
As I mentioned in my interview on Sway, about 8 years ago, I offered her sparring during one of our phone conversations. I was like 40, 41. It was just to give her some work. Well, she changed that subject and never took me up on the sparring. So when I mentioned it on Sway, there was a lot of comments from the public because people were surprised that she wouldn't have taken that opportunity. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do and vice versa. So I guess after the feedback and comments that she saw, she felt the need to take it to social media and put out an excuse.
On Sway, that if I was so tough that I would have sparred her for brownie points. I am a 2-time Olympic champ. Only thing that matters to me is what happened outside of practice. She talked about practice. Take the Ellen Iverson, talking about practice. I don't care about sparring nobody. I'll get in there and spar and work with anybody. All I care about is fighting. But like I said, she don't really care about his boxing.
So that was her.
Don't make no excuses. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait a god doggone minute. So you mean to tell me, little miss, she won't fight me? I got $15 million. She won't fight me. So what you want is clout and hype. She said spar with her. Because listen, you still would have got, some shine, but she wanted to make money fighting Laila. And I'm going to be honest. Laila in her prime would have ate Clarissa up. Now, I don't know at this age where she says she stay trained and we know she don't have all that extra body fat that Clarissa got and all of that. However, what I will say is I believe Laila would have ate her alive back then. I don't know if Laila still got the energy, to be going at it like that. But the fact, why would you duck a sparring session? Why would you duck a sparring session? Like, that is insane to me. That is insane to me. Melanin Coco, she ain't got no husband. She going with Remy, my husband, with Pat Smith.
Response: why sparring? It doesn't mean anything. But many years later, she comes up with a whole new story.
And the thing is, she keeps saying, one time she asked me to spar. Let me tell you this. Jason Crutchfield was my eyes and my ears back then because I was naive. I don't pay attention to stuff. Jason had already told me back then she feels some type of way. Coming in, gold medals and doing your thing, she feels some type of way. But
now, mind you, now she doing an interview telling somebody that some mysterious guy named Jason Crutchfield told me she feels some type of way. Not that she did anything to you. Not that she harmed you. Not that she said anything hurtful to you. Not that she ignored you or refused to assist you in any way. You say a man told you she feels a way. And you went on a whole campaign, going live on social media, doing interviews, slandering this lady and pretending like she was trying to harm you or that she was envious of you. Boy, I tell you.
He's still embracing you, though. And I said, okay, whatever. But I had mad love for her, though. So it was like, the closest thing to Muhammad Ali is Laila Ali. So I love this girl. You know what I'm saying? And look into her, took her advice and everything. He said, when we're going down here, because she had appointed me to give Muhammad Ali the Liberty Medal in Philadelphia. Now that when she asked me to spar, I said, you want to spar me? And that's when it was more of like a, dang, I hate that coach was right about you. I'm like, okay, well, we can spar when you want to spar. I got my stuff in the car.
I hate that coach was right. So somebody offering to spar with you means that they feel a way about you. And then I'll listen. Let me. You know what? You know what? Something about this last set of cheering is aggravating as hell. It's aggravating. You want to be a boxer, but you're sensitive. You figured out that you're supposed to trash talk in boxing, but if somebody, you're supposed to feel like, hey, I can win, I can beat you. But if somebody else feel like they can win and they can beat you, it's something personal. You say you want to fight her, but I love this girl. She turn around and say, hey, let's spar. Oh, coach was right about you. Right about what? You don't want to spar? People spar with their uncles. When I first learned to throw my hands, it was with my daddy. So does that mean he felt a way about me too? See, this, you know what? I'm gonna keep my comments to a minimum. Let her finish hanging herself.
No, it ain't like that. I'm more about, let's not talk about it, let's be about it.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do and vice versa. I did an interview with Andre for his podcast too, before I had a chance to see her episode. And if you go watch her interview, everything's I think this, somebody told me that, no facts. I need you to understand how deep this goes with this girl. Now, I know she's on a constant search for validation. She needs to feel important, and it's obvious she's fixated on me. But watch how she sits on The Breakfast Club, the same show she saw me on back in 2018 when I said I wasn't making a comeback. She goes on in 2020 after dragging my name for years and acts like she has no idea why I no longer support her or want anything to do with her. Now, she knows The Breakfast Club is a national show with millions of listeners, so she's careful not to say anything negative about me because that wouldn't fit the story she's trying to sell. Instead, she plays it safe so she can position herself as the victim.
Do I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old Laila Ali? No. I want to actually her embrace me, I embrace her, and we build women's boxing to the place where it's supposed to be at. But I don't think she sees that vision. Like she doesn't show me any kind of support. Like I see her all the time commenting on this other boxer girl page, Katie Taylor, and always telling her congrats and everything. But then with me, it's like she don't show any kind of respect or acknowledgement. And I'm a black girl just like she is.
Y'all see the game? So when she was getting support, she ain't want it. When she was getting support, she ain't want it. Now she's staying away from you because you nasty. Yes, Lexi, real manipulative. Real manipulative. At this point, I don't even feel bad that Pap Smith running her pockets. He need to run her pockets. This is a mess. Wow.
Came apart, and I have to been making my way forever. Like I made my own way. I wasn't handed anything. Just about supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? But
I wonder why she wouldn't though. Like, what, did you say something about her back in the day?
I just think that.
See what that gives with Leonard, peep Charlemagne. Charlemagne don't like to ask no real hard questions. Him saying that means that he was fully aware of what went on and was like, well, did you say anything about her back in the day? Like trying to lead her into it. And she sat there playing dumb. And when she didn't want to go with it, Leonard dropped it. Because look at the look on his face. Look how he's squinting. He knew. He was trying to give her a chance to say, like, you know why that lady ain't supporting you.
In boxing, she feel like she never got her fair share. I feel like she never got to the point where she wanted to get to. And people recognize Laila Ali, but they always try to say like, oh, she only was big because of her dad. And they don't really give her props on her skills. I'm not one of those people. And then some people say that she didn't fight Ann Wolf. But
first of all, what you mean you're not one of those people? We just heard you on an interview prior to that saying she's just Muhammad Ali's daughter. Now you saying other people say that, but you're not one of them people. Now she's saying people say she didn't fight Ann Wolf, but we keep hearing you harp about she didn't fight Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf was just like you. A lot of hot air. But okay, let's go.
Me being a woman fighter, now I realize that it's hard to make big fights with other big women. It really is. So think about it. Back then, when it wasn't a lot of money, wasn't TV exposure, I kind of can see why her and Ann Wolf didn't fight, but people's story is that she was scared of Ann Wolf, and Ann Wolf knocked her out. And
People's story, that was your story, Clarissa.
that's their story.
3 months later, she takes her mask off and she's back to her usual story.
Well, Ann Wolf, you were a better fighter than her. And I believe that that's where this whole beef started from. That, you know, I spoke on that. She hates whenever your name gets mentioned. She still to this day mentions your name. Say how you were scared of her, how you didn't want to fight her. And I don't believe that for 1 second. And she may have a bigger name, but that's because women's boxing wasn't supported how we are now. If Laila Ali came up in this generation, she would not be known. Nobody would know of her. I know for a fact you would have put Laila Ali ass to sleep. So just because you couldn't do it, you know, you didn't have the opportunity because, you know, she didn't want to sign a paper to fight you. I'm letting you know now. I'm going to kick her ass for the both of us. Yeah, we all know Laila Douglas and Wolf. We know that. We don't got to. She know that. Everybody know that. It's literally written, I think, somewhere.
Now, I've seen this before with Ann Wolf, another fighter who used the same playbook. Both of these women have a lot in common in terms of the way they've been able to get visibility for themselves by using my name and making up lies. Since I'm in the season of pulling skirts, I'm gonna go ahead and pull hers too. And I'm gonna do another video on her next. That lie that I would not fight her has been told so many times as if it's a true fact. So I'll be gathering my receipts on her too, since she wants to start talking again. This one is so detached and delusional that she actually praises my father while trying to trash his daughter.
Yeah, we had Laila Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. I think it's
baby, that jealousy is crazy. She wished that was her daddy.
Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me. That's it. Learn from Muhammad Ali. If you don't validate yourself first, nobody else ever will. You know, she wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. Right now, it's my time. And she wants to keep her name connected to mine. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
Now, what father would embrace someone?
Maybe she don't have it in her genes. It's actually in her genes. That's what you're upset about. Girl, is you shaming your daddy too? Now, we know you shaming your looks. Is you shaming your daddy too? Because I wouldn't be sitting up wishing that another man was my daddy. I wouldn't be targeting his daughter and, you know, well, it's not in her genes. He would never. I'm going to be the next one of him. I don't want to be the next Muhammad Ali. I can be the next Phil. I'm Phil's daughter. I'm real proud of my daddy. Y'all, Clarissa got a lot of stuff we need to unpack.
Like her, or want to be associated with someone like her while she's trying to tear down.
Look at the champ, looking proud as I don't know what, standing behind his baby. See, that right there is what Clarissa is angry about. That's what she's angry about. Girl, why you so ashamed of your daddy? You ought to be proud of your daddy. I don't care if your daddy ain't got no money. That's your daddy.
On his very own child. My father was the greatest of all time because not only did he have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind style in the ring, he was also a remarkable individual outside of it. He used his platform to uplift and inspire people. He carried himself with integrity, kindness, and grace. He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well.
I don't know how she could look at that clip. Y'all, I was telling Peanut when I was looking at it, I don't know how she watched that. I don't. And the reason I say that is because, you know, one daddy's girl to another one, that would have ate me up to have to be looking at pictures of my daddy and he ain't here like that. I really can't look at Phil pictures all the time. I have to be in a really good headspace to be, you know, y'all know what I'm saying. Like sometimes it just kind of rip your heart out and slam it on the floor. But yeah, it's a lot going on with that young lady, and she need to unpack it. Like, why the hell you shaming your daddy? Why you sitting up coveting somebody else's daddy? I could never be sitting up wishing on a star that somebody else daddy was my daddy. I don't care if I admire your father. That's a cool old dude. He's an icon, a legend, all that. I don't want you to be none of my daddy. Makeup addict say, imagine telling her what her daddy would do. And talking about what's not in her genes when she look every bit of her daddy. It's clearly in her genes. What's sad is for you is you wish it was in yours. And you're angry because it's not in yours. And you feel like she don't deserve what she got because that's her father and because she got the nerve to be pretty at the same time. Yanni say, you young. Yeah, she young. I don't know about the popping part. Right, she ain't popping. And the thing is, we don't hear Laila sitting up talking about her. You constantly talking about Laila, which is crazy. Imagine trying to attach yourself to a legend who has, ascended. She's no longer in the ring with y'all. Right, Vet? Thank you. Another daddy's girl. We love our daddies. We ain't trying to be nobody else's daughter. I love being Phil's daughter. Melanie say, truth be heard, I'm teary-eyed now because I lost my dad in 2015. If he in heaven, you ain't losing. Stop saying that. Your daddy went on to be with the Lord. That's how you get past that hump, okay? That's right. And shout out to all the daddy's girls. Because I don't understand. Yeah, she got a lot of self-hate. Real bad. And it apparently extends to her family and everything else. Because how in the name of God do you fixate on this girl's daddy like that? Maybe she feel like if he could have been her daddy, then, maybe people would like her better. Or I don't want to go to the look, or maybe she feel like she would look different. Maybe that's what the issue is, or it could be a little bit of everything. But all I can tell y'all is it's real sick. And if anybody got room on their prayer list, put her on it. Put Clarissa on there. Because it don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. Lexi Lean said you would never believe Laila supported her and gave her visibility. Yet not the way she acts. Not the way this girl is acting. You would never think it. You would never think it. Because the way she put on, it's like, oh, I wanted to, be under her, and she just kept shooing me off. Or, she ain't had time for me, or she didn't show no love to me. And it's like when you start looking at the receipts, and Laila broke out the receipt book. By the time we looking at the receipts, Laila definitely was supportive of you. But we also see a pattern. You reached out to her. She showed you love. She gave care to you, support to you. And then you turn around and started lying on her. Same thing you did to Remy, to Miss Reminisce. Reached out to her. Help me. I need to find some stuff. I want to dress like you. I want to look like you. And then that quick. Can't even snap fast as you switched up on the lady, started hunching her deadbeat husband who steals jewelry and take it to the pawn shop. Hey, Richard Wilson. And then running stories to the media and then playing victim when Remy went ahead and let loose on y'all. Because Reminisce is not like Laila. Laila is classy and a lady. And I love Remy. But Remy ain't going to come to you real classy. You keep playing with Remy. Remy did just what she was supposed to do. She embarrassed that rump. And let everybody see you begging this man to give you flowers and spend time with you. Begging for flowers is crazy work, honey. I still don't know how you lowered yourself to do that. Of an old married man with a child 1 year younger than you with no chin. Ain't no way in the hell. A Negro that don't work and steal jewelry from his wife, and you was begging for time, attention, phone calls, and some flowers. And we wouldn't have known that if you'd have left Remy alone. See, Laila is so classy. She just let you slide all this time. All this time. Yep, both of Laila's parents was nice looking folks. That's true. Makeup addict say her prayer list is full. Do anybody have room? Here, well, hold on. I need to make an announcement because we need to see who got room. Does anybody have room on their prayer list for Clarissa? Unfortunately, all of my slots have been taken by the NBA YoungBoy debacle going on in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. The last 6 spots was taken up by that. Does anybody have room on their prayer list? I'm calling everybody to order. Does anybody have room? Yanni say Laila was supportive to all the boxing girls. Yep, and all of them love her, except that nut. She too busy being envious. Melanie say, no, I'm sorry, I don't have any room left. Maybe next year. Dang, we got waiting lists on the prayer list now. Divine Miss M say she gonna try. She gonna try. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. We got somebody. Yvette say she about to crash out now. Pep better duck. Ain't no point in crashing. Ain't no point in crashing. She kept right on till she got her little self embarrassed. DS say I don't have room. Maybe the pit bulls have room. We was doing so good, DS. We was doing so good. That is an 18-second violation. Get in the corner. Aries D would say nope because the Lord is gonna slap it back. DS, don't go too quick. Take Aries Diva with you. Take her with you. Quiet Storm said, I make room for her. She might actually be suffering from a mental illness. Thank you, Quiet Storm, because everybody was just, skipping right over. Hey, Keisha E., what's going on, Dimples? You say, not today. You ain't got no room today. Quiet Storm said she going to make room for her. Quiet Storm got room. Quiet Storm, because I was like, listen, something got to go on. She up here fixating on people, making statements, letting them know she bitter and envious of people's looks. Then she jealous of their daddies. She got diabetes. Somebody need to call Wilford Brimley. I don't even know if that man's still alive. Because I know he deal with diabetes, but I don't know if he helped with diabetes. But if he do, one of y'all call him. Lulu say I can put her on the wait list with Nikki. DS, come get Lulu's little girl. Come get him. Y'all, dang, Miss Sparkle, you didn't even check to see if it was room. No wait list, no nothing, huh? Yep, DS came to collect you. She came to collect you. Mm-hmm. You got a 14-second violation. Yep, you do. You do. I was trying to see if anybody had room for little Clarissa, because little Clarissa got a lot going on, that poor baby. I don't know what went on. I know her little story was very touching, and it just happened to come out in the middle of her trying to do some kind of social media smear campaign on Remy, and Remy blew it up on her so bad. I mean, good and bad, good and ugly. And so we really couldn't get into her story very heavily. I saw a little bit of it, and it did kind of make me feel bad. And it's like the minute you start having empathy for Clarissa, she go and open her mouth. The minute you start having empathy, little mama go open her mouth, and then next thing we just like, yeah, it don't even matter that much. It don't even matter that much. But yeah, let me just double check, make sure we ain't lost nothing. Wait a minute, y'all. We got action. We got action. Let's share the screen. Because I know I didn't just read what I think I read. I know I didn't just read what I think I read. I know good and hell well I ain't read what I just think I read. Wait just a doggone minute. Hold on. Hold on. Just a minute. More news with Tyler Perry and that clear boy that say he tried to break in his buns. The bun breaker. Mm-hmm. No, it ain't breaking news. LEL. It's just something that came up while we was on here. Oh, ain't nothing going on with him. I ain't even cover that. That's just churn mess. I put him on the prayer list because I got this feeling that bullets about to start flying. And I'm never excited for our young people to start throwing bullets at each other, but I can just feel it. I can feel it. I'm from Ocala. I can always tell when bullets are close. Okay. It's my birthright. Y'all take a look at this mess. Would you look at him? Would y'all just look at here? This don't make no sense at all. So Tyler Perry's legal team firing back after being hit with the allegations by Derek Dixon. According to the court filings, he said they say Tyler Perry is looking forward to refuting each and every false allegation made against him. Dixon, who filed a $260 million lawsuit in June of 2023, accused Perry of extremo assault, harassment, and retaliation. He claimed Perry created a coercive, sexually exploitative dynamic while working on hit shows like The Oval and Ruthless. The Oval and Ruthless. Adrian Marie, thank you so much for the cash app, sis. Let me send a heart back. Said while he was on the shows, that's my first and only supporter the whole day. I've been talking for 2 whole hours, and Adrian Marie showed me some love. Thank you, sis. At first, Perry brushed off the lawsuit with a lighthearted video of himself singing, "He's got the whole world in his hands." The problem is that boy said you was trying to put his junk in your hands, okay? But it seems the producer is officially ready to fight back. On October 1st, Perry's legal team filed paperwork with the U.S. District Court for the Central Division of California, calling Dixon's claims profoundly disappointing, cynical, and most of all false. The filing suggests that Dixon's lawsuit was motivated by a personal grudge after Perry allegedly declined to help him sell a television pilot to Netflix. Boy, bye. His actions and false accusations, it is by his actions and false accusations, it's clear that Dixon needs help, but he cannot find it in court, Perry's legal team wrote. Although Dixon alleges that he was the victim of escalating sexual misconduct, he had no problem taking a role on season 2 of Mr. Perry's television series, The Oval. First of all, let me just say this. The bun breaker. Mm-hmm. And listen, long as he made it home from the concert, they doing a lot of dangerous stuff over there. But listen, here go what I think about all this, right? To me, them little comments like, "Oh, he had no problem taking the second season," or whatever, yada yada, that's not a good defense, and it don't make you look good. That sounds like every man who ever actually harassed a woman in his office saying, "Well, I gave her a different position and she took it." Just because you actually harass somebody and they don't quit the job because they still need the money does not mean that you're innocent. That doesn't even imply that you're innocent. That just implies that this person needed their job, and which is more so a reason why you had leverage to do whatever you wanted to do. And there was an incongruency in the power dynamic. It was an incongruent power dynamic. You had a position of authority. The power dynamic was in your favor, and he's claiming that you actually harassed him. You saying, "Well, I offered him another spot on the next season and he took it." That does not mean that you're innocent. That simply means that you indeed held all of the control in that power dynamic. That is all that means. Why he talking about going to court? I sure hope for his sake that he can prove that he is innocent. Because them text messages that we saw, and we heard that the young man kept every text message, the ones we saw were inflammatory. The ones we saw were incendiary. The ones we saw did not make Mr. Perry look innocent at all. It made him look like he was trying to break into the buns, okay? It looks like you was trying to get into the bakery to get to the buns with all your scrumph. Adrian Marie said, well, this should be interesting. I thought Tyler was going to settle. No. Because if he settled, then he got to admit that he was trying to be a bun breaker. He probably wanted that boy to just go away. And for all we know, he could have tried to settle. And that boy might have told him, Because if he tried to settle for too small amount of money, that boy said he is not Christian Keys. You can't pay him no money to just go away. Not no small money. So now what it's given is you making this statement and you want it to go public. You want the people talking about what you and your lawyers got to say, because this didn't just go away. And you realize now you're going to have to go to court. You're going to have to go to court. And I'm going to tell y'all something else too. Y'all ready? The judicial system ain't playing with rich people, especially if your skin black no more. Look at Puffy. They ain't even had no case on Puffy. They literally holding him in federal custody for prostitution. They're not playing with people no. And with them not having no case at all, they still tried to like smear and put out as much embarrassing information as possible. Tyler, if you go into court, they're going to put out as much as they can on you, baby. The little bit we heard about that boy saying you was trying to break into the buns, that is, I listen, from my heart to the Lord's ear. I hope for your sake you can prove something, because everything you said in the messages, everything that was embarrassing, any weird stuff you did, if you expose yourself, whatever, it's all going to come out. All of it. They're not playing with people no more. At all. And I'm not saying that like, oh, it's a shame. I don't believe it's a shame. I believe you should do the right thing. And if you don't, then you deal with whatever come with it. I'm not somebody that really, I don't go around sympathizing with corrupt people just because they got money. I don't. Now, if you got some money, God bless you. I hope you got it the right way. But I don't sympathize. If you did something wrong, you need to be held accountable like everybody else. It should not be no two sets of legal system for the have and the have-nots. Candy Butler, thank you for the super sticker, sis. This is my second support of the whole day. Thank you to you and Adrian Marie. I appreciate you guys so much, because I messed up so bad. Sunday. Melanie say, well, I guess I add Tyler to the wait list. Yeah, put him on the wait list. Somebody else add him to the wait list. We need at least 3 people, praying for him and his mental health, because when you do bad stuff and you start getting exposed, people start feeling, it can mess with you. Lel say, hopefully Madea is ready for discovery, because I know I am. Listen, I'm ready too. I want to hear everything happen, because I ain't got no better sense than to be in everybody's business. Zeline say Perry must have offered a low ball amount. He must have. Adrian Reese said, you think the man said 200 million, nothing less? He might not have said 200 million and nothing less, but he might have gave, they might have just offered him way too little. If he asked him for 260 million and they like, look, take 10 million and go away, but it might have said, listen, I was traumatized by you trying to break into my bakery, and I'm not taking 10 million to go away. You know what I'm saying? No telling what happened, but I feel like they was probably hoping this wasn't going to go all the way to court, and then it did. Okay? Lulu say, once discovery comes about, Tyler Perry may settle. I think he might. I believe he probably tried to offer that boy some money, because a lot of us believe that and what the young man put in his paperwork, that Tyler was able to pay Christian Keys some money. This boy probably just ain't gonna take no little bit of money. Deborah say, what happened to Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, Holyfield, all the above, and Floyd? What you mean? What happened to them? They was on a boat and they went down or something? You just naming off all them people. Holyfield still alive. I don't know if Joe Frazier Frazier gone. Joe Frazier been gone, ain't he? Why you asking about them people? What happened to him? Quiet Storm say, I can't make room for Tyler. He portrays black women too poorly on his network. Well, you know I ain't going to pray for him because I don't like him. I don't like Tyler Perry. I don't like what he does. The exploitation of black women, the poor representation, and then that little nasty comment he made while imitating his muddier voice because Ebony K. Williams, who is an educated lawyer and a millionaire, don't want to date a bus driver. Because I ain't forgot that. Y'all know I don't forget when people do little nasty stuff. Yeah, he would take 50 Zelene. He would. He would. I would. But I ain't have, I ain't got money like that. Maybe, he got to go up to something that the young man don't already have, and then he'll take it. DS said maybe Oscar Mayer has room on their prayer list. It's a 9-second violation, DS. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. Did I miss something? Let me get at y'all conversation. I believe him too, Keisha E. I'm going to tell you, I believe him. I believe him. I heard what Christian Keys said. Then we saw him go quiet. Then the boy said that Christian got paid, and his story don't sound too different. He sound like he may have been more aggressive with him if what he's saying is true, but it's not beyond the realm of belief and possibility for me. Oh, yes. Now, like I say, I look at situations like this as evidence that I made a lot of poor choices in my life because I've had people to try to actually harass me, and I should have been filing lawsuits instead of swinging on people. And look at me now. All I had to do was cry and be scared and fragile, and I could have got paid. See, I made poor choices. I made poor choices. You say you think that's what Deborah meant? That I get what you're saying. Now I get what Deborah was saying. Deborah, you got to type it out for me to get it. Like, why she not comparing herself to none of them other people, right? Because she want Clarissa dad. She want Layla's daddy. Now I got it. Thank you, Yvette, because I didn't understand. I'm like, well, she asked me about them people. Amy J. Brian McKnight is a weirdo. The fact that you posting that weird stuff on your son's birthday, trying to like taunt his mother on her baby's birthday, on her deceased child's birthday, is sick. Makeup addict say Tyler said accept the light bill for love. Not the light bill for love. Wait. Belicious said I believe him, and I've been saying that something's up with Tyler Perry because some scenarios play out in his shows and movies. Gay man on the low making advances on straight men or whatever is weird. Listen, it is weird. It's weird. But the young man, I don't know whether that young man is ambidextrous or he right with his right hand or not. What I do know is he wasn't interested in Tyler. LEL said, I believe in 2025. I believe it. 2025 is coming for people in high places who do low things. Everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to even be no big shot. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of these judges is like they making an example out of people. They are making an example. Like, it is not gonna be. I just don't think it's gonna be no walk in the park. That's what I think. Oh, say it plays out in every show. See, I don't watch none of his stuff. I don't know the last time I watched something from that man. I don't like him. And y'all know how I go. Once I don't like somebody, I don't watch nothing you do, nothing about you, none of your shows, your movies. Like, I don't care if somebody say they giving out Willy Wonka's golden tickets when you go to the theater. I never watch anything from him. I don't know the names of his television shows or nothing. The last show I know he had was House of Pain. I don't even know how long ago that was. That's the last show I really truly could say, oh, I know that's his show. And I may have seen bits and pieces of an episode here and there. He had a lot of pain in his eyes. Who? Keisha. Let me see if maybe I can find your other comment. I can figure that. No. Who had pain in their eyes? Melanie Coco say Brian McKnight been a disappointment ever since he was wearing them see-through Can I tell y'all something without y'all laughing at me? Can I tell y'all something? Oh, the man who accused Tyler. Oh, okay, Keisha, I got you. I used to think that Brian McKnight looked like that thing on Harry and the Hendersons, about the forehead. It was because the forehead was like this, like it went up at a slope and it had the line down the middle and then the lines across. He always looked like that thing off Harry and the Hendersons to me. I'm just saying. Your wrench gone. Oh, let me get your wrench back. I'm sorry. Hold on. Quiet storm. Probably because I had accidentally hit the thing and then had to add you back. But I can fix that. That's an easy fix. Hold on. I bet y'all can fix it. And thank y'all for hitting that like button for me. Okay, your wrench back. Say something and check it. Dang, DS say he looked like Candyman. Farewell to the flesh. I ain't see the Candyman in him. Maybe so. Maybe so. I can see how you can see that. But he always looked like Harry and the Hendersons to me. I just, you know, his forehead was not trustworthy. There were way too many lines on it. Way too many. Not start back at the -1. I'm through. But yeah, y'all, look, I was supposed to come in here for like a hot hour and change. I done stayed for 2 hours, and that's my fault because I've been gone so long. But like I told y'all, I was kind of hurting. Not kind of, I was really hurting. And now I'm just kind of, now I'm only kind of hurting. Okay, you got it back. Bet. Because I need my girls with their wrenches. Okay, I need my girls with their wrenches. So look, let me tell y'all this before we jump. Tomorrow we got a family meeting because y'all know November is upon us, and it's time for our annual Queen of the City food drive for November. This year is going to be more important than it has ever been because I heard a lot of people that get stamps is not getting their stamps because of the government shutdown. I don't know if that's true because that comes from the states, but it's going to be important anyway because a lot of things have been cut out. The Medicare spending cards for some of the seniors, that program is being cut. So, you know, be on the lookout. If you got a crown by your name, if you're a royal family member, be on the lookout tomorrow because at some point earlier in the day, I'm going to go live to do a curtain call because we're going to have a family meeting. We need to know who's going to be the queen of the city in your city, who's going to rep for your city. Y'all know how we do. We've been doing this thing by the grace of God since 2021. Okay? And this year will be no exception. We're going to do it again. Okay? We're going to do it again. So y'all be on the lookout, and we're going to do our thug thizzle. We're going to have us a meeting and find out who is going to rep for your city. Y'all already know I am in Jackson, so I'm going to rep Jackson, and I'm going to show love to Houston, Texas as well. Okay? So be ready, be thinking about, be considering, you know, check your books, check them twice, and see if you're going to be able to do your part to represent your city in the Queen of the City food drive, okay? Because I know every year our queens represent, and I know y'all going to represent this year. We're going to do what we can do. So be on the lookout for a meeting, okay? So listen, y'all, you know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, please be sure to hit the like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every single time we're live on this good. you're in Discord, you're gonna always know when we go live, because I always tell the girls in there first. And hey, y'all, if those of y'all in Discord, turn your notifications on, because when I add everybody's phone is supposed to ping. So make sure just for that app that you got your notifications on, so you'll know every time, because I always tell Discord first. I want to say a special thank you to my girls support me, Adrienne Marie, and also to our dear Candy Butler for supporting the live stream. Thank you to everyone who liked the video. Thank you to everyone who commented on the video. Thank you to everyone that sent bubbles up on the video. Hey, Queena. Thank you to everybody who shared the video, if you did. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here, keeping me laughing. I hope I gave you a couple of chuckles, all that good stuff. So listen, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. If this is your first time being here, make sure you subscribe, because we want you to come back. Don't let it be your last time. All we do is have a good time over here, okay? If you want to join channel membership, there's a join button beneath the video, so you can put your crown on, like those lovely ladies that you see in the chat with their crowns. Put your crown on. Join the royal family. Hit your join button. There is a membership link and also in the description box. Now, also in that description box, we have the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World, which is a survival guide for our daughters leaving home for the first time. It is very important to make sure every little girl you know has one. If you can't afford one, my information that's scrolling, contact me and I will see to it that the little girl in your house gets one for free. We also have the link to our merchandise store, so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family everywhere you go. We got the link for our Amazon storefront, so you can shop for your family the way I shop for mine. I have updated the items in the storefront, y'all. I found some bomb, and I do mean bomb, Thanksgiving, autumn, and Christmas decorations that are in there. Ideas for indoor and outdoor decorating are definitely in the storefront. We got the link for my wish list on Amazon, okay, in case y'all want to bless the girl with some more notebooks, pens, snacks, or sore throat remedies, because my throat is always sore. So y'all look out for me on that, please, and thank you. I want to thank everybody again for coming to hang out with us. I appreciate you. As always, guys, be positive, be productive. Make sure that you support those around you. Make sure that you always encourage them and encourage yourself. And remember, please, in case nobody else says it to you, remember, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again soon, okay? Bye.